Thank you for tuning in to episode 4 of Second Win Nation, the podcast. It's your host, David and
Jess Savage.
And today we're talking to Mr. Nav about his new vegetarian lifestyle. So, Mr. Nav, you would like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I like how you call me Mr. Nav, to be honest with you. Nobody has ever put Mr. in front of it, so kind of just call me Nav.
I like Mr.
You like it?
Yeah, I think the Mr. Nav.
I don't know. It makes me feel old.
Yeah.
I kind of want to enjoy my youth.
All right, so we got Nav.
Some wisdom behind Mr. Nav.
Whoa. It's like 5 years down the line.
So we're here to talk about your vegetarian lifestyle, which is relatively new, right?
It is.
You mentioned September 9th is the official day that you went vegetarian. So why is that date of importance?
Half and half. Half, obviously, because I changed my lifestyle, my eating lifestyle, eating habits. And in the other one, that's the day that I received my DD-214. So I got out the Marine Corps that day, and I came over here. First thing, I didn't stop, I didn't do nothing. I just came straight here. And the second that I stepped foot here, I'm like, I'm vegetarian now. And that was it. I did cheat, though. I did cheat.
What was your cheat meal?
It was Chick-fil-A, because I never tried it before.
Okay.
So I did cheat there. I'm not gonna lie. But that was towards the end of September. So that was it, though.
So it was just this past 2019 is when you started the vegetarian lifestyle?
Yeah.
Okay. How's it going?
I think it's going pretty good. I don't feel sick like some people think.
Do you feel better?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have more
100%.
energy?
Oh yeah. I don't feel sluggish. Like it's actually crazy now that I literally just noticed this again too, because I just started school 2 days ago, and today people were actually falling asleep after 12. And they were like dozing off and stuff, and I started watching them, and I was like, "There's no way! Like how? Like it's only 12, like in the afternoon." And then I don't know if it directly has correlates to that, but
I wonder, because now that you say that, some days I do get a little sleepy in the afternoon as I'm working. And I don't drink caffeine, so I don't really think it's like,
a crash.
Yeah, it probably is a lot to do with the eating.
Because I remember in the Marine Corps, everybody, but we eat like trash. Like most of the stuff we eat is like preserves stuff and everything else like that. But we literally eat like trash. But everybody would go to chow from 11 to 1. That's our chow time. And everybody would either pass the fuck out or they would stay at their workshop to pass out. No, not everybody. Like, that's a little exaggerating, but a lot of people would do that. Everybody would always take a nap. They would always feel super tired. And whenever they came back in, they would just be like, and it's just like...
From all the garbage.
Exactly. And I feel the same way. I felt the same way and I did the same thing. So, but now, never. Swear to God. Never.
No 3 o'clock crash. No itis.
No, at all. Nothing. I did feel the itis a couple of times though. And that was recently. But that's because, I personally think that's because I was extremely, I was eating a lot of just not really all that great food. Like I slowed down on my veggies. I slowed down a lot recently. I just started up again a couple of days ago. Because my schedule got fixed. But, I slowed down a lot. I started eating a lot of tamales and just a whole bunch of heavy food.
Like
you know
carbs.
What I mean? Yeah, and a whole bunch of pastas, a whole bunch of rice, just all that stuff, like Mexican food, I guess. And there was a lot of grease in it too. But none of it had meat, obviously. But yeah, so
that leads to the next question as far as what is a typical good meal for you then?
As far as day wise, because I could literally tell you a really good meal. I would meal prep my lentejas, my lentil soup, and I would have that ready, sitting on the go. And then that would be my either lunch or dinner. And then
we should be sampling this lentil soup right now.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, it sounds really good. So I'm going to suggest that next time we're sampling it.
Lentejas are great, especially depending on what you put in it. It can have a lot of protein in it too, depending on also how much you serve yourself, obviously. But it can help a lot for bulking out. This is one guy that goes at the gym. He's really freaking massive. And the one dude asked him, I overheard it, but the one dude asked him what do you eat, blah blah blah. And one of the things was actually lentils. Yeah, he's like, "You like lentil soup?" And I was like, "No way." But he wasn't talking to me. I just overheard it. I'm like, "What the heck?" But for breakfast, my ideal breakfast that I personally like is a bagel with cream cheese, a bowl of oatmeal with banana slices, raisins, and depending on, and this is really weird, but if I have toasted sesame seeds, I'll put a little bit of that in there. Like a good, just toss it in.
Not to throw you off, but isn't cream cheese like dairy?
Yeah. But I'm not vegan. I'm vegetarian.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
There you go.
That's my, you could...
That's good though, because like a lot of people don't.
Yeah,
so,
don't
what is the difference between vegan and vegetarian? Do you know? And if you can clarify that.
So, as far as I know, and my understanding of it, vegetarian is strictly no meat. Vegan is you're going all out.
Okay, so no animals.
Byproduct.
Exactly.
No eggs, cheese, milk, anything, honey.
Your sister's friend is
anything
vegan.
that
Okay.
comes from an animal or is an animal or produced by an animal, whatever. That's all vegetarian stuff.
But I also heard like vegans also is like as long as you don't get, you need like the permission. So like if I chop my leg off, right, and I'm like, you guys have my permission to eat this, right? So I don't know. I've heard that too.
Really?
I don't know about that.
Yeah. So as long as I give you permission, it's okay.
I feel like the cow, if like the cow moves twice, it's like, okay, you can eat me. For the food chain, you can eat me.
Move twice if you're okay with me eating you. But we're talking about, all right. So you eat that for breakfast, right? Well, it's lunch.
Over there.
Oh, you eat more for breakfast?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
For my ideal breakfast, at least. 2 spoonfuls of Greek yogurt with the same thing, a whole banana, like sliced up with more raisins, and nothing else. And then 6 to 8 egg whites and 1 whole egg. That's just scrambled.
So you're eating the cream cheese, bagel, yogurt,
Oatmeal,
eggs.
right?
Oatmeal and eggs. Yeah.
And you're still 147 pounds.
175. But
Yeah.
actually, when I was actually like dedicated on the gym, I gained 4 pounds and it was all muscle.
Yeah.
Because I was like, obviously I was losing weight. So, but obviously then my schedule got messed up. But so yeah, it was going really good. I was doing really good. I did my research and stuff.
So now we eat lunch.
That was for breakfast.
That's for breakfast. We ate lentils for lunch.
Yes. Well, lentils and then I would put like cheese in it, a whole avocado. I would slice up an avocado, I'd throw it in there. And then the rice, I would have rice with mixed vegetables. So it would have cut up, so it would be the frozen packages.
Yeah.
So it would have carrots, peas, little, what is it called?
Corn?
Green beans? Yeah,
Green
green beans and
beans.
corn. All that. And then I would throw in with the right rice whenever I put in the cooker. And then I would throw that into the lentil soup. So then I'll just mix everything up along with another, like, a bit, way more than what I would put in my oatmeal. Toasted sesame seeds. Sesame seeds have pretty good protein too. So, and then I would take that and I'd put like a good 2 to 3 bunches of sesame seeds. So yeah, and then I'll like mix everything up and eat it.
What's for dinner?
Sometimes the same thing. But sometimes I would also go light. So then I'll just eat a bowl of oatmeal and I'll be done. Cause by that time, I would either already be done with the gym, unless I go to the gym in the morning, and then I would already be like,
cool.
Yeah, like pretty bad because of the protein shake and then everything else. So
I'd rather eat a lighter dinner and eat bigger, meals earlier in the day.
Yeah. So sometimes I just eat a bowl of oatmeal, but a small, way smaller because, like I said, like I'm pretty stuffed already at that time.
Now, without you eating meat, what do you do to supplement for your protein?
So throughout the day, I would constantly be eating like nuts and stuff. And like you could find protein in like almost anything too, to be honest with you. Like literally almost anything. A fuck ton of shit has protein. Spinach, what goes into that? What this is what I used to do. You don't like spinach?
No.
No.
Unless it's spinach there from TJ Fridays Club Issa down the road.
So
It's like Club Issa.
I didn't mention this, but what goes into my, like, it's like a side, and then that's where I would have all my veggies. I would have this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner sometimes. Sometimes not even dinner.
Do you meal
just
prep?
breakfast and lunch. Yeah, definitely. I have to. There's no way you can't. Because you have to meal prep 100%. You just a whole bunch of food put in big containers, and just over time just keep. Yeah, I did that a lot.
Keeps you on track.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't meal prep like most people, like, you just make big containers and then throughout the week you just scoop it out.
Yeah, exactly. I don't put like specific portion. I know I probably should, to be honest with you, and start measuring how many, like my calorie intake, my protein intake, and start doing all that stuff. But to be honest with you,
you're already slender, so you're just trying to like, you know, put muscle on, or
yeah. So
somebody who's actually trying to lose weight that has
to obtain a certain physique at least. If somebody wants to do that, then they would definitely 100% do that. So if they want to put on way more muscle than they do body fat, then they would go and start measuring all their stuff, or bulk up without gaining too much body fat.
And the thing I'm realizing is like all the food that you're mentioning, that's a lot of food.
Yeah, I know. I had a big stomach for a while. Like I would go to the gym and then like my literally the only thing that'd be popping out is my stomach, and it'd be pretty bad sometimes. And then there'd be other times where I actually like felt a little bit like weird in my stomach, but that's because I was always full, always, every single time.
So do you feel like you eat more now that you don't eat meat?
Yeah, sometimes. Unless before I would go crazy and I just eat excessively just because I like the food. Like I'm like a really big food guy. So, but now I do it because I want to get bigger and go to the gym.
Do you find that you stay full?
No, actually, I don't. I don't at all. No. So I have to keep eating. That's why I said like most of the time I continue eating throughout the day with like nuts, like just little things here and there.
Okay.
Which then it'll start making me feel full.
You said you did research, right? So what kind of research did you do before you decided to go vegetarian? And like while you started actually, you know, doing the vegetarian lifestyle?
Beforehand, what I did, honestly, I barely did any type of research. The most of my research that I actually did was while I was already doing it. But it wasn't even towards the vegetarianism as much. It was more towards what should I eat that has the most protein that isn't meat. That's really all I really did. As far as while I was going to the gym and being vegetarian at the same time. Beforehand though, I did 2 documentaries about like vegetarianism and stuff like that, and people going to the gym and then still being these like monstrosities of guys, you know, like with tons of muscle. That literally just changed my mind. I was like, you know what? I think I can do this.
So I know you mentioned the Game Changer on Netflix, right?
Yeah. And then I think What the Health. I think that's one of them. Or no, I think it's What the Health. That one too. Those 2.
That on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
So I did watch the Game Changer, right? And
did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You realize like how many athletes are currently vegetarian or vegan?
Olympic
people.
Yeah.
Shout out to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like,
is he?
He's changing his ways too. Yeah. He still eats a steak every once in a while. Actually,
So when he was in his prime, he was eating.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like crazy. Yeah.
No, I don't see myself going completely vegetarian, but I prefer like out of like a dinner meal, I eat like the sides versus the meat. Like I'll take a piece or 2 of the meat, but I'd rather eat like the potatoes, the vegetable, or whatever the case may be. I could do without the meat, but I need it. Like a little bit, you know?
Taste buds.
Yeah. But I don't eat a lot of meat.
But we did try out umami gorilla, right? So, and that was like your first like
my very first vegan, yes.
meal.
It was delicious. If I like when you messaged me the menu, I wasn't sure. I'm like, is this the fake meat or not? Because everything was meat, and it had different choices. You can have like chicken, steak, this or that, and it tasted just like chicken. The texture was like chicken. The only thing I'd complain about is they gave you way too much food. Like that sub was for like 2 people. Yeah. It was so much food, but it was delicious. The mac and cheese was good too. I would eat there again.
Yeah.
See, like that food portion is normal to me.
Oh no.
That's what I eat.
No, that was so much.
I loved it.
I couldn't have ate all that if I tried.
But how'd you feel after you ate it?
I didn't feel like slowed down and sluggish. I was full. I didn't necessarily have the itis where I couldn't, I wanted to sit down for a little bit. I felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was satisfied.
I had like the chicken nachos, and that was a huge plate. And then like I ate it, I felt full for the rest of the day. But I felt like I don't like to eat.
Yeah, I didn't need to eat anything else, and I ate that around like 4 o'clock, and I was full for the rest of the night. Yeah. And I only ate maybe a third of that sub because it was so big.
Yeah, it's massive. So And that's a normal size portion for real.
I like it.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's a lot of food.
It's good.
It's a lot of food. So.
And your leg looks like my arm. You know?
I'm sorry.
You're like, I'm sorry.
I don't do legs. I just focus on the top.
Good answer.
People make fun of me for that all the time. Seriously.
Yeah, that's what I do too here. Is focus on one thing. It's just the legs.
Just focus on the legs.
Yeah.
What feedback have you gotten from other people when you're like, hey, I'm a vegetarian? Or do you even tell people you're a vegetarian? Like, what do you tell people?
Unless it gets actually brought up. Like, legitimately in conversation, if it gets brought up, or we're about to go out, and I haven't gone out with that person. Like, let's say it's my first time going out with them, right? With, like, a friend, right? I just met. And we're gonna go out, and they're like, oh, what about going to this spot? And I'm just like, yeah, I can't eat there. And then it'll get brought up, and whatever. But, most of the time with new people, they don't really, it goes one or two ways with, like, new people. They'll either start asking me a bunch of questions, or they'll just be like, oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. And then they'll leave it at that. Which I found out currently, or today, actually, that I got my first response for that. It was just like, oh, really? And that was it. They kind of, like, left it alone. But, I get questions here and there, but as far as, like, the questions and, like, the feedback and stuff like that, I think the worst feedback that I got so far is with my coworkers and my family. Everybody else kind of seems to take it for what it is, and they're just like, oh, okay. And then kind of just like, it is what it is, you are, and that's it, you know?
What do you like, but what is like a common question? Like, questions. Do you get like, you know, like, where do you get your protein? I feel like, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, she just asked that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so definitely that one. Where do you get your protein? That's a really common one. Junior actually asked me that. That was one of the first things that he asked me.
Don't you miss me?
I actually don't really get that
you
one.
You don't get
that one? No, not too much. Another one would be, so what's the difference between vegan and vegetarian?
Because I honestly didn't know the difference.
Right. Well, I'm not saying that because, yeah, it's literally.
But that's the truth, and a lot of people don't know. Do you notice any health benefits to your actual health by being a vegetarian versus eating meat?
To be honest with you, I feel like I don't really sleep as much. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if that's a health benefit or not. Me personally, I think it's a health benefit because I get more done. I could go to the gym.
Do you feel more like, do you feel more rested, like after 5 hours of sleep versus like an 8 hour, yeah?
That's literally what I mean. Like, I have plenty of energy to go out through the day. I feel perfectly fine. And then whenever I feel like I want to go to sleep, I'll close my eyes, I'll go to sleep. Otherwise, I never actually feel like sluggish or like, unless I truly don't get any type of sleep and I run it off like 2 hours, and then all of a sudden I start trying to output the same amount of energy and going to the gym and then going to do this and then going to do that and then going to the gym again and then only run off 2 hours or 1 hour and then like just trying to like put my time everywhere. Then that's when I start feeling it. But after a certain amount of time. But if it's just one day and I get like 5-6 hours, I feel like that's perfect. And I could wake up the next day and I'm freaking ready to do whatever.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I wake up like nothing. Like I don't feel like crappy or shitty. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like that at all. I feel pretty great. Especially now that I'm like just going to school and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm literally great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So definitely the energy. I'm lacking some energy.
To be honest with you, like the energy, the energy's a big thing. And I personally think the energy's a really big thing. I felt that really, really quick. Because even beforehand, when I was living over in Oki, it was just terrible. I felt tired so fast. Unless I was working, because then I'd just be adrenaline 24/7. But until I sit down, and that's when I start feeling tired and sleepy and groggy and stuff. It's pretty good. I like it.
So what advice can you give to someone who wants to dabble in this vegetarianism?
I would say if you want to do it, I feel like you should try it. If you're curious about it, at least look it up and get a little bit of knowledge in it. If you want to, a tip that I would say, I actually got this from somebody else, where I got them into stopping meat or at least slowing down for a while, because I started telling them about like what I'm trying to do and stuff like that. And then the next time I saw them, they started telling me and they're like, "Oh, hey, I took a break from meat," and I'm like, "Oh, you're starting to become vegetarian now." He's like, "No. I took a break from meat. There's a difference." And I'm like, "What?" And it kind of caught me off guard because I never heard anybody say that before. Like ever since I started this, I never heard anybody say that, or even like on YouTube or anything. I never heard anybody talk about it like that. People just cut straight to it and they just say, "I'm vegetarian now," because they cut out meat. Even if they do it for like a couple days, a couple weeks, or a couple months, or years. Normally, they just cut to it and they just say that. But he just said, "I'm taking a break." It doesn't matter if it's, like I said, a couple days, weeks, months, whatever. He literally told me that. He was just like, "I'm just taking a break." So if you're scared to become vegetarian simply because of the fact that it's called vegetarianism, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just tell people you're taking a break from meat, or that you're not going to consume as much meat because you're just not wanting to, and that was it. You know?
It's labeling it. Don't label it.
Exactly. If you don't want to.
Yeah.
It's a good way to put it.
Because, I mean, it even shows, like, studies, right? To say, like, even if you stop eating meat, if you eat meat, like, 7 days a week, even if you stop eating meat 1 day a week, like, it makes that world of a difference. Especially if you have a lot of, like, health problems and stuff. Like, I know my mom, like, you know, she had a lot of health problems, so, like, she, stopped eating red meat, and that, like, lowered her blood pressure, like, crazy. It's crazy. So, it's a really good advice.
Yeah, your food intake really can make a world of difference in your health.
Yeah.
I never thought about it just meat, though. Like, eliminating meat could change that much. Like, where it changed your mom's blood pressure or cholesterol or...
So, Jesse, you going to take a break from meat?
You know, I feel like I do kind of take a break from meat. Not a consistent break, but, you know, I'm a little lazy. So, I could live off protein shakes, yogurts, and salads and be just fine. So, I could go like a week without eating meat.
And then eat it for a day and then go another week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pretty much do that. I don't eat a lot of meat. I do like meat. I'm real funny with the meats I do like, but I feel like I break frequently from meat. But see, my thing, I was looking at vegetarian as a vegan. I love, like, products with dairy or this or that. I could not stop eating everything that was made out of, like, an animal product. That would just be completely impossible. But, like, physically eating meat, absolutely. I think I could be a vegetarian before I could be anything else, probably.
Mm-hmm. I feel the same way about a dairy products, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think I can ever, like, eliminate, like, yogurts and cheese and milks and, I mean, even candy. Some of the candy has some kind of animal product in it. Yeah, like, when you have to really think of it that way, it's just like, what could you eat?
Do you know what Jell-O's made out of?
Yep.
Isn't it something with a pig?
It's like bone.
That's okay, because I love pigs. They're my favorite, and I think I want to have a little piggy as a pet one day.
Yeah. That'd be...
And pork is my favorite meat. If I'm getting tacos, I'm getting pork ones.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
That's how I was too.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually, pork is my favorite meat.
Pork is my favorite too.
Yeah, I'm a little slut for that.
Yeah.
I love pork. I can't eat it no more. That was my delicia, and I can't have it no more. It's all good.
Well, glad you're sticking to it, minus the Chick-fil-A.
That one time.
But I mean, you know,
I feel like if you're gonna cheat for a nice Mexican meal. You know? Like, don't cheat for Chick-fil-A.
I never had it before.
I mean,
it was worth it to me.
The novelty,
was it?
Right?
I mean, Chick-fil-A is delicious. I got chicken nuggets the other day, and I was disappointed.
What?
They were like for like my 3-year-old. It was like the meal was like $10. It was like a number or whatever, and it was chicken nuggets and fries. Mm-hmm. And it was like 3 little pieces of chicken. It wasn't enough for an adult by any way, shape, or form. Oh, we got the new merch.
Yeah.
Spring edition t-shirts. Pretty color.
I have one right here right now.
Scuba blue.
Scuba blue with white.
I just got my first
ink.
one.
No, not
I'm
white
showing
ink.
it
What is
like
that?
they can see it.
White decal.
We'll put a picture of it.
Yeah, we'll put a picture. You're rocking.
But we have the black t-shirts. I think we have a few hoodies.
Yes,
size is limited, but we have black t-shirts, scuba blue, and black hoodies.
Right.
Follow us on all the social medias.
Instagram.
Facebook, YouTube.
Follow us.
Oh, Dave. What events do we have coming up?
So, we are gonna run a half marathon
Hold on, what did you say? What are we running, Dave?
Oh my
A
God.
half marathon. We are running a half marathon. So if you guys want to join us on this half marathon, please sign up.
March 29th, Scranton Half Marathon.
Yes.
If we die, it's Dave's fault. Just want to throw that out there.
It's gonna be a cakewalk. We're fine.
Yeah. Positive thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, because Navs could run like 6-minute miles. That's why it's a cakewalk for him.
It's not that bad.
We're going to make it. The next time we talk to you guys, you're going to hear a success story of how we completed a half marathon in Scranton.
We did it. We all just signed up. So we literally are in it to win it.
So, yeah, if you guys want to run that with us, or if you guys want to show us some support, that would be amazing to see everyone down there. Link is in the bottom. You guys want to come out and cheer us on as we cross the finish line in triumph? Positive thinking, Jess.
Absolutely. I like that. The more the merrier. I think I'd run an additional couple miles, instead of walking some of those miles, if I knew I had support out there waiting.
Yes.
Like our manager taking pictures.
Yes. Shout out to Eastside.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, come check us out. So that concludes episode 4, and it's time for now.
All right. Come on now. We got to do it.
See you guys later.